Brothers and sisters in Islam, if the sun wants to play the role of the moon and the moon wants to play the role of the sun, what happens? You have an eclipse. You have an eclipse, either a solar eclipse or a lunar eclipse. What happens when the eclipse happens? The effect of the sun is weakened, the effect of the moon is weakened, and the stars are nowhere to be seen. In the home, when the father wants to be the mother and the mother wants to be the father, you know what happens? You have an eclipse. It's called the social eclipse. And when this happens, the effect of the father is not felt, the effect of the mother isn't felt, and the children suffer the most.
So damn into you. I'm done with these models and done with these bottles. Girl, I'm just trying to talk to you. We don't have to go to the room, but girl, best believe if we do. That we getting hot at the bottles, my party. So yeah, but that sound like the truth. And we can go as far as you want to, cause ain't nobody finna stop you. We ain't debumping out of this bottle. When we fornicating back at the Tahoe, then I remember go off on my phone. I pick up to you saying you home alone. I hop in the whip and then I should persist on the wrist of your place, because I know that it's going down tonight. Let's fuck it up now, just maybe go round, cause we in the clouds tonight. I'm trying to show you the time of your life, so girl, let you down tonight. Let's go a few rounds tonight. I'm lost in the sauce, so what's it gon' cost? Let's play your sides tonight. It's about to go down, it's about to go down, it's about to go down tonight. It's about to go down, it's about to go down, it's about to go down tonight. I'm lost in the sauce, so what's it gon' cost? Let's play your sides tonight. It's about to go down tonight. It's about to go down, it's about to go down tonight. So many missed calls, I understand why you was pissed off. Let me explain for a minute before you start jumping to conclusion. I really don't understand why you doing this. Chill for a minute, let me explain this. I'm sorry for all the attention I ain't paying. All of this time to give me baby, I paid it. The only one to do better than a main chick. Yeah, you baby, all day baby. You be in my mom, best believe I ain't playing. Stay up on my grind just for you is what I'm saying. Make a move for you, be on my scripture on the daily. So maybe be less insecure, cause you the best and that I can't ensure. Like Geico, when you progressive that I can't ignore. My A1, you my lady, and that's for sure, so stop it. Ready your head just to go and pop shit off. Also bitches that ain't even really jacking, dog. You tripping, baby, I ain't even got no options, though. When if I did, I make my pickles, you complete me. Oh, goddamn, you don't understand it. When I be with you be bugging cause I'm damaged. You hit me down way before I hit them dances. But now you fucking up the ground like a bandit. Pay vacation, motivation, keep me in the studio, see deprivation. Got me going crazy, though, my body shaking. Think about that body and the love we making faces. We was meant to be together, forever and ever, for worse or for better. And poor each other, it don't matter. You was ruining my grind, and my pockets fat. A house in the glass, one of them is gonna shut down tonight. Let's fuck it up now, just maybe go round, cause we in the clouds tonight. I'm trying to show you the time of your life, so girl, let you down tonight. Let's go a few rounds tonight. I'm lost in the sauce, so what's it gon' cost? Let's play your sides tonight. It's about to go down, it's about to go down, it's about to go down tonight.
Peace. What up, everybody? Hope everybody is doing well. Hope y'all had an amazing week. It is Thursday, so y'all know what that means. A fresh episode of He Said, She Said, Love and Abundance. And Mrs. She Said is on the injured reserve, but she's still with us, y'all. She is from a remote location. What up, though, cuteness? What up, though?
I appreciate that intro. Thanks, babe. I appreciate you. We here. He said, she said, love and abundance.
Ready?
He's in the building.
You already?
I'll be on the sidelines.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm here.
Yeah. You here? You here, fam? You here?
Shout out to the dads. It's y'all's time.
Word. Yeah. You ain't said but a word. Let's go ahead and share the thumbnail just in case you ain't see it. Y'all see what it says. Qualities of a good father. So today I'm going to share with y'all a little bit of research that I did, some information that I came up with. And we're going to talk about it, man. The qualities of a good father. I want to know if you guys agree, disagree, or otherwise. Mrs. Harris, feel free to chime in. But it is Father's Day, so let's go ahead and give a happy Father's Day out. Because fellas, y'all might get dragged a little bit today. So let's go ahead and say happy Father's Day to you first. But we will have some serious conversation, some interesting conversation to get to. As y'all see, I got my pick with the fist, the black fist. So y'all know it's serious. Y'all know it's Juneteenth. Mrs. Harris, it's Juneteenth. Happy holiday and all of that.
Happy holiday.
Got the pick with the black fist.
You know, that's for the ones who didn't know how to read and, you know, didn't know there was something different going on out in the world, right?
Okay.
They wasn't aware.
Say it loud.
So, you know.
Say it loud. But yeah, happy Father's Day, fellas. Shout out to y'all. But let's go ahead and get to the pleasantries. Moderation gang is in the building. Peace to the fam. Facebook is on the check-in. What up, Facebook? I see y'all out there. Let's get it, family. That's right. Wally is on the check. What up, Wall? I see Sis over there. What up, Sis? Hope you're doing good. Hope you had an amazing week. Great stream you had earlier today. Shout out to Quince on the check. Hope all is well, bro. Hope y'all had an amazing week, y'all. And we're gonna talk about some qualities of a good dad. I'm a dad. Be 49 in less than a month. Coming up. Word. That's why, you know, I ain't got on no hat, no nothing today. Y'all getting all of this. No Beijing. See that hairline still? See that? Almost 49 years old, and I'm a dad, man, and a proud dad. You know, a day one dad, hands on, and to see, you know, them grow from infantile to, you know, adolescence to adulthood is such a unique and gratifying thing. And today we're going to shine a little bit of light. We are going to give kudos where kudos is due. And we got some questions. So, Mrs. Harris, what's good?
What's good? Awesome, Dad. Let me just say, you know, as the wife of this awesome dad, just to watch him, you know, in his intimate times with his children, he didn't know I was watching. And it just was always so beautiful, you know, especially coming from a child who has no memories with her daddy. Okay. I had a father, but I didn't have the essence of what my children had got to experience. And, you know, I appreciate you for that. It's a beautiful thing. And I love to see it. I love to reminisce with them because, you know, it's something they're going to always remember.
True indeed.
You and me.
True indeed. True indeed. Shout out to
you,
Dad.
OG Dad.
Shout out to all the dads, man. Shout out especially to you guys. That's, like I said, man, very hands-on, very attentive, very intentional. You know, with the raising of your children. I think it's a special thing, and a happy Father's Day to all in advance from me and Quince, man.
Yes.
So, being a dad is very unique because it comes with a lot of different territory. You know, you got to wear a lot of different hats. And with that, it may be hard to know how to navigate, you know, through these courses. I want to play a icebreaker clip, and then we're going to get into the conversation, the qualities of a good dad. Let's check out this clip, guys.
It's difficult as a black man coming from if you had step parents or step pops or your father was out your household or something, you know the pain. And I think it's just a hurtful thing all around because we come up in households where we don't really pay attention to family issues. Like we so much on the hustle and trying to get the money that family becomes second and money becomes first. But
wanted to start off with that. Shout out to Styles P. He was a little emotional when he started to open up about that, because we all, have different instances and we all come from different walks of life, but a lot of us can relate and identify with that fatherless home, with that lack of a paternal guidance, the lack of a paternal figure, and how you curate your home and how you move forward is going to be very pivotal, very instrumental in how you raise your family, how you approach family life, so on and so forth. And, again, coming from not having a father, I said to myself, I was going to take pride in being a great dad, in doing the things that my dad didn't have the courage to do, didn't have the desire to do, the ability to do. Whatever the story was, he didn't do the things that I do. And I take pride and I give myself a pat on the back, and it kind of fuels my engine to know that, my dad didn't sit down at his desk and get his work done and then come home to provide for his family. He didn't, open the door for his wife to put her in a car to take her out for a nice night on the town. He didn't take his kids for ice cream. And I take pride in doing those things. And, I will continue to, kind of try to right his wrongs, so to speak, and be the man that not only he wasn't able to be, but, didn't get a chance to see what type of father, what type of child I was going to grow up to be, what type of family I was going to grow up to curate. So, I hold that near and dear to my heart, that clip from Styles P, because a lot of us men are really trying to navigate these shark infested waters without any experience, without any examples. And a lot of us learn from what not to do. A lot of us learn from taking notice of the people around us, from the families around us. But the most operative thing that he said in that clip was family. Family. Family is the answer to these questions that we ask. All of these support systems, all of the support groups, all of the, non-judgmental ears, all of the unapologetic approaches, all of these things should be coming from family. So, me personally, when I look at all of the crises, I look at the lack of family, because we wouldn't need AA if our family was able to come to in our time of need, in our, lack of better choices in regards to our addictions. I think our family is very operative and the lack thereof. And I think it shows. And it all starts, with that paternal figure. So that's what I'm going to dive into today is Father's Day coming up. So happy Father's Day to all the dads. But we're going to talk about some stuff today, man. The qualities of being a good dad, man. We're going to talk about it. I was doing a little bit of digging, and what I came is that being a father is, a unique position, comes with a lot of nuances. I want to start by asking you guys the perception of a father. What perception have you got of a father in America in the year 2023? I asked a few people, I put up a few posts, and I got a few responses. I got important to the family, dumb, weak, emotionally unstable, passive, uninvolved. And I would love to know what you guys think about those, because America thinks they're pretty spot on. I did a dive. And I checked out Parents Plus Kids. And what I found is that America is portrayed just that way in entertainment, television, movies. Not important, dumb, Doofus is the term that's operatively used. Weak, emotionally unstable, passive, and uninvolved. Thought that was very telling. Shout out to everybody checking in. Shout out to World Class on the check-in. Shout out to AR on the check-in. Shout out to Arshawn on the check-in. See Lady Navoa pulling in. Moderation gang in the building. I want to give a shout out to Quantum. Hey, Quantum. Hope you're doing well out there. We appreciate the cash out. We appreciate the inspiration. We will continue to do what we do. Absolutely. No. Shout out to Quantum. Appreciate you. So yeah, man, those were the check-ins. Sis said, who is these people? That's the men they pick out of millions of other choices. Shout out to Ruthless Media on the check-in. Nothing worse than a grown bastard. That's
Keywords. They picked them.
That's the thing. Shit. Okay. So let's look at being a dad, fellas and ladies and gentlemen and ladies. I think the qualities of a good dad are immense. I'm going to give you guys a few. I want to start with the first one. I think a good dad loves and protects his kids' mom. Y'all heard what I said? That's the first thing I said. That sounded a little simpish, right? But I know. But I think the number one characteristic is that a good father, his quality is that he protects his kid's mom. I think the reputation of the child mama, again, you know, hopefully this is your wife, but this is a part of the unified front that is parenting, that is fatherhood, because that solidarity, that union, them seeing this man love up on this woman in a respectful manner, in an honorable manner, I think that is the most valuable thing that you can give them, because they get to see how things play out when things don't go you guys' way, when you don't see eye to eye. And again, by protecting the child's mother shows them that not only are you the number one protector, but their mom is valuable, important, and is appreciated. And I think showing them that example, whether they get it early or later on, they pull back and say, you know what, man, thank y'all for showing me, because other families don't move like that. I see other men and women and they kind of are on a different page. And again, by no means am I saying bend over backwards, put on a pedestal, simp by any means, because for me, my opinion, simping is when you overextend and get no reciprocation. For me. So, you know, leading with your wallet and all of the other characteristics that can come inside, you know, an ingredient baked inside of that cake. I think that the lack of reciprocation is where that simping comes into play, because when two people love up on each other, that's just two people loving up on each other. But when it gets a little, you know, one-sided and overreached by one party, that's when, for me, it gets a little bit, you know, incongruent. But when you love a partner, when a partner loves you, when you guys have a union, when you guys have a relationship that is of quality, a relationship that is of value, the relationship, not it came to you at value. It has no value on its own. It's the two people that pour into this union that make it valuable. So I think when that happens, and again, you show those little people, you show these younglings that, you know, their mom is protected, respected, considered. I think it plays an operative part in being a quality and a good father. And I think that's one of, you know, if not the top quality. My second quality is going to be a good dad provides for his family. This is where it might get a little bit touchy. One of the qualities, in my opinion, is a good dad provides for his family. It's not always financial. It's not only financial, but there has to be provisions. But before we dive further, I want you guys to take a look at a video or two. Let's see.
7 million able-bodied men between the ages of 25 and 54 are not only not working, they are not looking. They're affirmatively not looking for work. Never in peacetime, never has that metric existed before.
Let's stop there. How can we provide if we're not working? Not only not working, not looking. Let's unpack it. Because if men are supposed to be providers, I understand that there's spiritual, there's physical, there's, you know, so many components to the things that we provide. But financially is one that is expected, one that is, you know, a duty placed upon us by society. And if we're not actively looking, actively participating, you guys see where I'm going?
Able-bodied men between the ages of 25 and 54 are not only not working, they are not looking. They're affirmatively not looking for work. Never in peacetime, never has that metric existed before. We have 4 million more open jobs today than we did pre-pandemic, and we have 4 million fewer people in the workforce. Like that's actually happening. If I tell you that there are 11 million open jobs in the country right now, that's not political. That's just a fact. Yeah. And no one can dispute it. No.
I know a couple people who will. They'll want to know what you mean by the word fact, but I digress. It's a lot of people not working, a lot of people not looking for work. And according to what he says, of course, we're not going to take that for face value. We just having a conversation. But you got to work in order to provide. Where there's a will, there's a way. There's a couple of other cliches that I can come up with, Mrs. Harris. But what say you about just what you hear? Men not working, not looking for work. And, you know, a good quality of a good father is to be a provider for his family.
I mean, young sons have been coddled over the last probably 30 years. They ain't got to pay their cell phones. Parents have been paying their cell phones. You know, they ain't got to buy their fly sneakers. Parents make sure they have it. You know, we have the idea that we didn't have it, so a lot of us went out on the street, right? So let's make sure our kids have the fly things and have money in their pocket and make sure they have the freshest phones, you know, so they don't feel the need to go out into the street and get it. But now they're not even motivated to work. They feel no need because we take care of all of their basic needs, you know. There was a time we had to kind of, you know, hustle and bustle. It was more of a survival. So people ain't raising their children on survival. They're coddling, they're entitling them and giving them everything they want on top of the things they need. They never have to want for nothing. So, you know, when you grow up with that mentality, there's no rush. There's no eagerness, you know, motivation to go out there and get it because you got everything.
I hear.
You know, and you got some kids, if you don't have it, I'm going to beat you up. I'm going to kill you if you don't get me the stuff I want. And they don't even realize the sacrifices that parents make because, you know, we want to coddle them from that. The reality of how hard we work, how much money we make, how much the bills are. And these are going to be grown men one day and they don't know this stuff. Ladies, what the fuck are y'all doing out here? Because a man going to let you know. I got to pay these bills. You see these bills? You got to get this food. Close the fucking refrigerator. Like, no. Turn some lights off. Y'all understand what it costs to live and raise a family. But we keep coddling our sons like this, we're going to send them out into the world. And it's not all, of course. Some people are teaching their children money management. But, you know, if we got a lot of young boys and teens ain't out there working, it says a lot.
It does.
It says a lot.
It truly does. Let's keep going.
Does dispute it. But what immediately happens is my buddies on the left, to your point, when I say, why do you think there's so much opportunity here that can't be filled?
Shout out to the new person in the chat. Hey, Flex Shibi?
Flex Shibi.
Flex Shibi.
Okay. Hey.
Shout out to you. Thank you for joining us.
Welcome.
Hope you had an amazing week. Hope you're getting ready to have an amazing weekend. You're almost there. And today we are having an amazing conversation on the qualities of a good father. Father's Day is imminent. So we're reflecting and having a discussion on the qualities of a good father. The first one was a good dad loves and protects his kid's mother. And the second one, which we are up to now, is a good dad provides for his family. And I'm playing a video clip. So we are going to continue with the clip. Thank you for joining us. And he can troll all he want. Y'all moderators, feel free to do what y'all want. But I just reset the table for anybody that needed it. And let's keep it pushing.
They'll say because business owners are pricks. They're greedy and they're rapacious. And if they paid more money, those jobs would fill. My buddies on the right, when I ask them the same question, will say, because people are lazy. People are just lazy. They don't want to work. They won't show up early. They won't stay late. They won't take a bite of the shit sandwich when it's their turn. They won't do the thing.
Sound familiar? No one wants to do it in any instance in life. And it's understandable because it's not a favorable position. But at the same time, somebody got to get the short end of the stick sometime. And if that's the deciding measure on whether or not we enter in relationships, whether it be romantically, financially, or just personally, we're going to block a lot of blessings, quote unquote, by weighing the scales as such. But let's let them finish up.
They won't show up early. They won't stay late. They won't take a bite of the shit sandwich when it's their turn. They won't do the thing that needs to be done. So that's how it becomes politicized. It doesn't change the fact that there's still 11 million open jobs. But if we want to argue that the jobs are open because the opportunities are shitty versus the jobs are open because people don't want to work, then we're going to paint with a really broad brush and we're not going to solve the problem.
Which I think you brought up another nuance Jobs are shitty, he said. Let's talk about that. Is it beneficial? Should a man just work to say he has a job? Again, these conversations start to sound circular to me, Mrs. Harris, because like he said, no one wants to take a bite of the shit sandwich. Sounds like that in relationships, right? I don't want anybody making a little bit of money, and I don't want to be struggle loving, and I don't want to be, no, I want everything to be on autopilot, space shuttle going up from beginning to end.
Sounds like people feel as though they need to not settle for everything. Like that's the idea in relationships, right? I don't want to settle for just any mate. So I don't want to settle for just any job. You know, it's not enough. When you say man, if you're 18 and 19, like you're a young man, you got to work somewhere, my nigga. Like you can't be that picky. Whoever wants you, the opportunity is there. They got a schedule, it's full time. You better get on it. If they got some benefits or something, that's even a plus. Like until you get on a purpose of what you really want to do, you know. So if you don't know, you got to make some money. Okay. So the idea that you can just, you know, be so picky and sit around and wait to the ideal job, you know, because like you said, when you ask people, these little kids nowadays, what they want to be when they grow up, most of them say influencers. They don't know shit, and it's sad.
Well, I mean, that's why I said I wanted to play another video or two, Mrs. Harris, because check this out.
An AI robot unalived itself after just 15 minutes of wage slavery. So what the robot's algorithm did is after it did the same task over and over again, and it realized it was only going to do that task forever for as long as it's activated, it deactivated itself. It took that deactivating was the most logical decision. It went into its own algorithm and decided that there was no point to just keep doing the same task over and over again for absolutely no reason. And then people wonder why mental health is the way that it is when AI is even figuring out stuff like this. Pretty wild.
Let's talk about it. Did the computer figure out something that men and the Bible and women and our jobs told us that we're going to have to do until the day we die? And that's work. You're going to have to work at this same job every day for 65 years, pushing the same button, throwing the same bricks, building the same road until you die. The computer said, man, I'm not doing this bullshit. And this is what, you know, the men are saying too. You go to work every day for this person that's not appreciative of it. All you get is a cookie.
Take this cookie.
You know?
And a tie.
And I don't mean pussy neither. I mean an actual fucking chocolate chip cookie. Nigga. Don't think that meant pussy. Because it didn't. It didn't.
Stingy.
But this is the life that we live. This was told to us from the beginning. You're gonna have to work till you die every day. And the computer did that and said, man, 15 minutes, man, wait a minute. This shit is what I will be doing until my battery drain. And then they're gonna recharge my battery and I'm gonna keep doing this. You know what? Shut down. Mm-hmm. So, you know, men ain't working. Like he said at the end, jobs is shitty. So shitty the computer can figure out in a half an hour that this shit is pointless, meaningless, leading nowhere.
It was longer than that, but you know.
Yeah, you know me. I gotta put 100 on 10. Let's get to it. Yes. But what do you think, Mrs. Harris? The computer deactivated itself because this shit pointless.
All right. I mean, I don't think us humans are meant to do that either.
The monotony?
Yes. It's not even real life, you know. So when you think you gotta work for the rest of your life, even if no one was clocking a clock, realistically, in order to survive, you have to work. There's work to be done. There's trees to be chopped down, wood to be made, shit to hunt.
Always.
You got to skin some animals. You got to smoke some meat. Like, it's some things. You got to plant some shit. Like,
wait a minute.
Hmm.
You be skinning some ass.
You listen.
You be skinning some ass. Skinning some ass.
Skinning the rabbits.
Skinning some ass.
Rabbit
You be
foots.
skinning some ass.
I mean, you know, before we were clocking clocks, there was work. Children were put to work. They worked on the farm. They picked up shit. They got the chicken eggs. They did shit.
They did.
So, you know, we got real passive with our children. They really started. I get it, because we were slaving them out. You know, it got a bad. Kids was working in sweatshops and, you know, 9-10 years. So I understand why the laws came in. But, you know, now we're to a place where in Maryland, children are not allowed to work until they're 17 and 8 months. That's crazy to me, because we grew up in New York. It was 14.
Right. Summer yummies, baby.
You know what I'm saying?
Summer yummies.
And you ain't have to go through a whole bunch of stuff. You know, I don't remember getting no counselor notice or nothing. You just a parent, birth certificate, you 14. I don't remember doing all of that, going through the school and having to have all this work papers and shit. So it seems like it's just making it hard. But I'm hearing now that the elders are taking the young people jobs, the cashiers. I see a lot of old people out on the register. These are supposed to be the young people's jobs.
I mean,
they need to
places
support
only
themselves.
hire older people, and younger people are now working electronically. They have so many other outlets to making money.
They do.
Or at least it appears.
It appears.
I mean, since you say that, I'm glad you said that.
I don't have any issue with adults doing what they want, entering sex work. However, unfortunately, I think the way in which OnlyFans is often discussed in public makes it out to be this quick get-rich scheme. It reeks of a pyramid scheme. And oftentimes young girls find themselves following this fool's gold rush and not really understanding the consequences of it. So here's some information that I feel like young girls should arm themselves with. The average registered OnlyFans creator makes only $180 a month. That's the average. So we're not discussing L in that, obviously, but that is the average. Making about $2,500 a month puts you in the top 1%, which adds up to $15 an hour, which is the same or less than McDonald's pays. So oftentimes these young girls find themselves, you know, entering sex work thinking that it's going to be financially, you know, beneficial for them. And they end up making less than a fast food worker, but they still take on the entire stigma of being involved in sex work and oftentimes can't find employment afterwards. So my only issue is people doing these things without having, you know, themselves armed with the information. And I don't have any issue with adults doing what they want, entering sex.
That part. Adults can do what they want.
Adults can do what they want.
But, you know, again, like you said, the illusion of this internet currency, internet option as far as financially can be a little misleading. And for some, it is going to be beneficial, but not everyone. Most people are going to make out like everybody else in the world,
right?
Regular.
Right.
And you know, that's typically the point. And not only ladies, men, DJs, you know what I mean? People I see spinning records on Twitch and yada, yada. I mean, admirable, absolutely. Craft, absolutely. But young people, this is not going to make you rich.
Right.
There's going to be a chosen few, absolutely. But, you know, qualities lie deeper.
I mean, in our day, it was called the one-hit wonders. And it seems like everybody is waiting for that one hit. That one video, that one clip, that one thing's just going to go viral and send them into, you know, being on Oprah and all. Really? Really? So, you know, goodness gracious.
So let's get back to our topic. Qualities of a good father. I'm going to get to the third one. Mrs. Harris, I think that the third one, in my opinion, a good dad is a disciplinarian. You never have to teach your kids how to lie or be bad. You don't have to teach them that. They're gonna, that's gonna be an acquired taste that they pick up. But you have to teach them how to be good. I think that is very operative. You've always told the children, trouble's going to be easy to get into. Being bad is going to be easy.
Very easy.
But being good is hard. And those are the values that we instill in them. Those are the lessons that we point out to them. And that's we get to see the result now. Our kids are pretty much grown, except for Maddie Patty.
Yeah.
Like they grown. So seeing that, we got to see the transformation from very little people to what we see now. Do you want to chime in?
Oh man. I mean, and that was very important for them to understand that their life is about them making choices, and it's going to be easy, very easy to make foolish ones, especially when we give them a guideline of what's right and what's wrong. You're still going to want to sway at times, and I can't just say we're lucky, because I would have to say it's just always the open dialogue, giving them the room to be comfortable to mess up and be okay. They would always beat themselves up, because we're the same way. We kind of beat our own self. You don't have to beat me up, because I'm going to beat myself up for making a mistake. I'm going to check myself, try to rectify it, whatever the case may be. So they kind of do a lot of that, self-reflecting or whatever. So just to watch them through their growing changes, them 13, 14, the 16, the 19, even the breaking into 2021, like it's a lot of changes that they go through, for them to still feel comfortable to cry and vent and be mad and frustrated and just show all those emotions and share. That's important. And parents, you got to really try to keep that dialogue. And it doesn't mean it's going to be a perfect ride all the way. Nobody's perfect. It worked for us.
Indeed.
Like we've been pretty stern, but tried to balance out being fun and nurturing as well.
Shout out to Quantum on the check-in. Hey, Quantum. Salute to you. Hope you had an amazing week. Hope you're having a great weekend coming up. And we are reflecting on fathers today, and we thank you for the cash app that you sent to us. We appreciate you, love, so much. Take heed to the messages in the building. Hey, love, hope you're doing well. Hope you had an amazing week. You're putting out nothing but straight fire. I tell you that.
Welcome, ladies. Welcome.
And we don't want you cutting your rant short, neither. I don't want to hear all that. I'm cutting it short. I'm trying to cut it short. You're doing great. You're doing great. That 45 minutes, that 50 minutes, we need that.
That even 15. Sometimes you jump on real quick. Like, okay.
We need that.
Thank you.
So keep bringing those messages, man. You guys are amazing. We appreciate y'all. And we talking today about the qualities of a good father. And I'm up to the third one. A good father is a disciplinarian. And I say this a lot, that sometimes I have to stand on an island by myself. Sometimes, like, I'm the only one there. Sometimes Pumpy is there with me. We got a cat that's a boy too. And sometimes he's sitting on the couch with me, and I'm wondering, like, why is he up under me so much? And he's riding with me, because sometimes I'm on an island all by myself. But that's fine. That's fine. I'll be the bad guy. I will be, because, there's a message that I need these young ladies to get, because the world can teach the lesson in a much harsher fashion. And, we got one that just graduated from high school. Shout out to the class of 2023. And what I said to the youngin' was, in school, right? They gave you a lesson and then they gave you a test after, right? You an adult now. It works the opposite way. You get the test first, and then the lesson comes after that. And that's the difference from where you used to operate to where you're about to be operating from. And sometimes you give it to them like that, let them, digest. And I'm pretty sure they'll come back with some follow-ups, but that's how it's going down now. It's not the end of anything. It's the beginning of everything. So, that's how we rock around here. And that disciplinarian, I'm always going to be that. I'm always going to take that one on the chin. And I'm the good cop. Keep it funky with y'all. The missus always said, if we had a house full of boys, I know you'd be punching them in the chest. You'd be having them doing push-ups. You'd be having them doing squats and holding chairs and arms over the head.
That's right.
So, it's on me with these girls. And, you do. But I got this. Don't worry about it. I got you. Don't even worry about it.
Got the boxing gloves.
I got you. Don't even worry about it.
Y'all want them boxing gloves so we can go outside? Y'all don't want the boxing gloves so we can go outside.
Back to that first one that I talked about. Like, all I can do for her now is show them that she got muscle. I'm her muscle. I'm her backup. Like, this is my partner. Even the 8-year-old, I'd be like, wait, what you say? What you say? Mommy told mommy to tell my wife. You tell my wife something? Come here. But she knows that line, wait a minute, I'm talking to this man about his wife.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And she's always gonna hear from me. You telling me to do what to my wife?
Yeah. Same. She see we got each other back, but then we jump him or jump me
all day.
Like,
all day.
So
all day. Okay, let's go to number 4, Mrs. Harris. A good dad is not focused on raising good kids, but good adults. I do not really care about the type of children they were, because you were a helicopter.
Helicopter. I might have to tell us. I might have to tell a story. I might have to tell y'all about it, because it might be too much. Sometimes you got to know how to pull back, let go of that possession a little bit. But of course, fear, trauma from childhood, and the grooming, pedophilia, and all that. I felt the need. I gotta protect them. And I'm around the most, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So lessons needed to be learned, and enforcement and all of that, consent. Yeah, it's important. It's important. I definitely was a helicopter, and I got shamed for it, y'all. Shame. My family members shame me. Damn, Nick. Can't get out the window. Stop watching the kids. Dag, leave them be. No.
Let them be kids.
No, because we was reckless. We was getting into shit we wasn't supposed to do. Finding porn, watching porn, mad young. Like, so I know none of that was accessible to them, but I'm still going to be very hands-on, eyes on. Let's play a game. Y'all just sitting around idle time, not doing nothing. So,
Indeed. You see what Quantum said? Is Mrs. She said relaxing and being still? She is. That's why she's not on camera today. Unfortunately, you guys got to deal, with me.
With your handsome face.
But yes, she is Quantum. She is, feet up. She's relaxing. She got the microphone in her lap, and she's just in her zen. Mrs. Harris?
Yes, I am. I'm trying.
What day is this?
This is day 4.
Okay.
Post-op.
Okay. So you take it light. Yeah. But I'm here, Quantum, though. If you want to know what I did today, I woke up this morning and I went to the grocery store, got some grocery shopping done. Use my credit card too. So, make sure y'all have my cookie ready for me, ladies. Then I went and I changed the brakes on the car and oil and tightened up some panels. And then came home and sat down to the desk and
grandma was
sis.
Yeah, you work. Yes.
I working. I went outside. Went and got cut. Went and got a haircut.
Yes, so you did.
I was thinking about calling Kendra.
You was thinking about yourself a little.
I came out the barbershop. I was like, man,
Kendra.
I'm like, hello,
Kendra, look at this haircut.
Hello. I was getting ready to call, but no, I was not. Then I came home and jumped on the grill, right? Got some burgers going. Yeah. Then I, went upstairs, got ready
yourself
for the show.
A little bit.
Yeah.
My grandma was home cleaning up and getting rid of Pumpy's fur, and
she has been setting the tone.
She ain't playing.
That's my dog. Right?
Yeah, she don't play.
We watched Power yesterday.
Last night. We had a power party last night.
Like, yo, son, Damn.
I was not.
Yeah, mommy likes power. So we sat down and we did that. Yeah, I had a full day. Quantum had a full day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just trying to get it done while the missus relaxes and, you know, gets better because her health is the most
And the missus need to learn to sit her ass
and
down.
She does need
So,
to learn to sit down.
Lessons being learned. Sit down, ladies. You cannot be a superwoman and do it all. You really cannot.
Mm.
Even when you want to.
Nope.
Sit your butt down.
Absolutely. And it was Father's Day, so I figured let's reflect on the dads. Let's go ahead and give my opinion of the qualities of a good dad. And let's go ahead and get to number 4. A good dad is not focused on raising good kids, but good adults. And I think that's the ultimate goal. They're going to be adults. What up, Eden Man Williams on the check-in, man? Hope all is well. Eden Man,
welcome, brother. Welcome.
The other night like a deer in headlights in the middle of some conversation. The conversation will remain nameless. But yeah, you were definitely, you know,
wide-eyed and
listening.
Bushy tail.
Absolutely. We appreciate you, man. Shout out to you, man. Yeah, Mrs. Harris, we raising adults. They're not going to be kids. So like I said, you were very hands-on. I was working, trying to make something happen. So I
was still hands-on.
Right, but not, you know, you were very hands-on. I don't think they ever spent the night anywhere. Like anywhere. Like anywhere. Like anywhere. Like anywhere. I'm not joking with y'all. Like anywhere. It was just certain things, like I was completely at ease because it was Mrs. Harris was hovering. She was absolutely there. So I think that focusing on them as being adults was most operative for me. Mm-hmm. Again, you know, we were poor at the time, so being realistic was all we could give them. Like we really straightforward.
We not living over in fantasy land over here, y'all.
Right now. Later we may be able to give you more, but right now all we can give you is the truth. We ain't sugarcoating nothing. And we gave it to them like that. And you know, Nana became the mama of the group and cheerleading. She was, you know what I mean? Just this certain
the older soul, people always said. Like the elders, when we got reflections from other parents about our child, they were just awesome reflections. Like it kind of really reflected on them. Like that old soul. She's the mother one to tell them, oh, you think you might be doing a little too much? Like calm down.
And this was not a black community either.
And not at all.
An all white community at the time.
Yeah.
So, you know, again, I've always focused on the adults that we wanted. Not children that they were, because they weren't going to always stay children.
I mean, and not just that, we wanted to be the adults that we needed when we was kids for them. So again, and this is what I always say, you know, people say, oh, I treat all my kids the same. That's impossible because they are all different creatures. They are all different little human beings and they all are individuals, right? Because they all have different specific needs. They eat different. They talk different. They think different. Yes, and you got to give them the room to be different.
Yes, indeed.
You know, so some consequences may, you know, not work on, you know, some techniques may not work on the first child that worked on the second one or the third one. So you might have to switch it up. And then you're a whole different person depending on how spread out them kids are. You know what I mean? So you got to consider that too. You're going to be a whole different person for this different child. You know, doesn't mean you love them any differently.
Yes,
but, you know, respect them, you know, enough to let them be aware that you know that they're different.
Absolutely. Damn.
Like,
say that 5 times.
Goodness gracious.
Goodness.
That's a lot.
I know that's right.
You know, one kid's birthday, that everybody get a gift and shit. No, we don't do that.
Right. No, we don't do that.
We don't do that.
We don't do that. We do not do that. It is their birthday. They get a gift.
It's just too much coddling.
True indeed. Okay. Let's keep it pushing like a cushion. How about number 5? A father leads by example. Mrs. Harris, you want to touch that? A father leads by example. That's the qualities of a good father. A good father leads by example. So, you know, forget what you do while everybody's watching. What are you doing when nobody's watching? That's the question.
Yeah. I mean, and who would know? Because nobody's watching. Only you know. Right.
You the
Only
one
you.
that got to look in the mirror. Who
That's
else got to
right.
look in the mirror? Who else going to be in the casket with you?
That's
Who else
right.
came out
That's
the
right.
puss with you?
Mm-hmm.
Again, people act like we don't know the obvious. Like people state like you're gonna die alone because everyone dies alone. Are y'all serious? That's your argument? That's your argument? That's what you're gonna stand on?
Mm-mm. I mean, you know.
Okay.
We were born alone, we're gonna die alone.
Okay. Again, we all know that comes with the adult carrying card.
As if nobody's in the room. Some people actually don't die alone, but okay. We're not even gonna.
So okay. But you know, me, I just think that when nobody's watching, if you can be honorable, if you can be disciplined, you know, these are the things that when you look yourself in the mirror, you will not be upset at what looks back. And I think it shows in your character. I think it shows in the way you are received, perceived, and so on and so forth. How about you, Mrs. Harris? What do you think about number 5? A father leads by example.
I mean, I agree. You know, you can't expect your children to have some, you know, emotional discipline, you know, any type of control or structure if the elders in their life don't exhibit that. So, you know, yeah.
Okay. You got y'all think in the chat. What about number 6, Mrs. Harris? Dads are servant leaders. The ability to serve is an important trait. Leading is not just about telling the ones you're leading what to do. It is also about serving them as well. The same concept applies to fatherhood.
I can agree with that. Right. It may look different.
Okay.
In the serving, but yes, absolutely.
Some of the concepts that differentiate servant leaders from leaders is humility, hard work, selflessness. Again, you know, people think when we pound our chests and say we are the leaders of our households, that it's a bravado thing.
Right.
But again, in all actuality, I'm the one that wake up at 5:30 and leave out and bring the honey back to the honeycomb. And you kind of like the queen bee, sitting, chilling, waiting for me to bring that shit back. Bring the fucking honey back.
Bring that honey back. Not really chilling, but you know.
Indeed.
Always something to do.
Always.
Yeah, I mean, it's unique, you know, because when the babies start to come into effect, you know, I'm up at 3 o'clock. 1 o'clock.
You are.
You know, so everybody's role, like I never been upset because I had to get up a lot. You know, I never had that mentality as there's a sharing thing. You know, I got up last night, so you need to get up tonight.
Yeah,
you know,
50-50.
I never, ever crossed my mind to even like make you feel bad that I do more with the children. You know what I mean? Or when they was really little. I don't understand that now. You know, I get it. Any help that you can do, yes. Hold baby down, shower, blah, 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 blah. But I was one of them. Now I want the baby all the time. Again, I talk about that possession. You're a present, awesome dad. And I still held on to those kids. Tight. You know? So, yeah, I forgot what point I was making, but love the babies, man. I'm reminiscing. It felt so good to be there. I will never do that again.
Speaking to dads as servant leaders, again, you know, we scream we the leaders, but again, would you say that, you know, I am humble in regards to humility to my family? Am I selfless?
Yes, absolutely.
In regards to my family. Again, I know I have my moments.
Yeah.
You know, I'm the first to admit, I'm the first to say I have moments.
And I'm the first to say that you curtail all of that for us specifically.
Absolutely.
Me more so.
And do I also go out of my way to tell y'all that
yes,
the way that I'm received by people outside, I could give a damn. It's the people inside this house that I will take the time, the consideration to listen, because y'all are the ones that are important to me. The rest of them, they'll get it or not.
And your children got that back then because they saw the way you're their dad. So they would be a little like, what's wrong with that? You know, and we would be in certain areas and passionate conversations was going on. They would always come out to check, like, okay, he's getting a little, what's happening out here? So I think they understood and saw the difference. Or when you and any of the brothers was going into conversation and accountability was going down and the voices got raised, sound like y'all was going to be fighting. They was, you know, their mindset is, are they going to be fighting in a minute? No, that's how men build. This is you walk in the door and the accountability police is right on your ass, on your neck. What you've been doing? What the hell? Like it used to go down. So they knew and they saw the difference of levels of, you know, how you dealt with other people and how you dealt with me and how you dealt with them. They had to have seen it. But now that they're older, this is what you say. Like,
shout out to Boogie on the check-in. What up, Boog? Hope you good, man.
Hey,
Hope
Boog.
you and Mrs. Acosta are doing well. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to my Pennsylvania family.
Welcome.
Appreciate y'all for everything y'all do for the community.
Yeah, they big out there.
Man.
They big out there.
Yo, for
taking
real,
care
man.
of the people,
They take care of people for real, man. Tap in. We appreciate y'all, man. Keep pushing what we do, bro.
Black love again and again and again.
For real, man.
Hood black love. Educated black love. Everybody ain't on this social media, you know, for them to see, you know, but we know some great couples.
I mean, you know,
so,
indeed.
Shout out to y'all.
Absolutely. Shout out to them. Let's keep moving. Number 7, fathers are supportive to their kids. I think that is a quality that, you know, creates a good father. Support.
Yes.
It might not look the way you want it to look all the time. It might not feel the way you want it to feel. It might not be your support bra, all cushy and comfy and holding things together, but it's support nonetheless. I'm always here for you. We might not see eye to eye. I might be a disciplinarian at times, but I am always here to support you. What do you think about that?
Yeah. And then we ain't talking about child support.
Oh. No, she didn't.
I'm talking about
roll for that, baby.
Support with everything. Support with, you know, helping them have structure, an organization. You know, support with school, support with ideas, support with building. You know, support with you know, learning the world. This is a lot to support. It's not just financial. So, you know, our small minds just go right there to money and anything concerned with money, but it's so much more support that children need. And I can get really, really more specific. We gonna stop at that.
I mean, appreciate that. Just again, the guidance, the structure, the discipline, the logic, the realistic approach, the, you know, the world is not your oyster. We have a certain approach. That, you know, it's not just all kids, it's our kids, it's, you know, society. There's a certain level of realistic medicine that we think everybody gets at a time. And our kids are no different. Again, we love them, above all, unequivocally. But at the same time, that's me that loves you. The world is not me. And a lot of times, you know, men have to reiterate to women that I'm not your man. We looking at, you know, a situation on the internet now where we have to understand that every woman is not our woman. They don't owe us submission. They don't owe us this dominance. It's not your woman.
Right.
That is not your house. You don't have delegation authority over anything other than the two things that we know about. I'm going to clip this part right here. Check this out. There's only two things that we know about you in this space right here. The Harrises. Not speaking for everybody. I'm speaking for the Harrises.
Right.
We know two things about everybody here. Number one, they paid their electricity bill.
Yeah, they did. Might be past due, but
because they got
paid.
Exactly.
It's paid. Up to date for now. Right.
And they have a YouTube account.
Yes.
That's all we know about you. Everything else is presumptuous. We have no right.
Right.
So, these spaces, man.
Yes.
Relax.
See, we grew up relax, relate, release. We grew up with Whitley. Whitley said, listen, it's just too much.
But I support y'all.
Yeah.
I support y'all. I'm a dad.
There's always sides to the spectrum, right? Good, bad, ugly, like up, down. It's always so,
Let's move to number 8. Mrs. Harris, you want to move to number 8?
Yeah.
Okay, number 8. Fathers are slow to anger. What you think about that?
Absolutely. I was quick to anger. Yeah. And it ain't got nothing to do with trauma. I just wasn't playing that shit.
Queen. See, you don't play nothing. You ain't boo-boo the fool. Let me tell you what you ain't. Let me tell you what you ain't. You ain't boo-boo the fool. You ain't your friends. Right? I know. I heard you. I've heard this speech. But go ahead. You go. What we speaking to is fathers are slow to anger. You might not be.
And I think if they were all boys, I probably wouldn't, because our son, I wasn't quick to be angered by him, right? Because he's a boy.
You were not.
Right. Mm-hmm. But the girls, I am the only girl, baby girl, my mama, and we're pretty close in age, right? Okay. So to have my kids, I'm just like, the fear that I have for her, and she didn't have to whoop on me. I got a couple ass whoopings, well-deserved. Okay. Well-deserved ass. She should have whooped me more. I ain't gonna lie.
Well, damn.
I got away with some stuff.
Okay, mama.
For real.
What's that ass more, Mom? What up, Mr. Harris?
So just watching the stern, strict discipline that she had on my brothers put the fear in me.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? So I figured, my kids, given all the nurture and love that I was given, again, we didn't say no to them. So it was like danger, if they went to touch things or something, so just tried to word things differently. But I absolutely would get upset quicker. I'm definitely quicker to anger than my husband. I think you just a calm, cool dude. I appreciate it. He's definitely taught me.
Relax.
I can say it's my sign. I can say it's because I'm a spoiled brat, baby girl. All of that. I can make a whole bunch of excuses. I just needed to learn a little bit more self-discipline and control over that. Because again, I don't want to hurt somebody. I don't want somebody to hurt me. And I don't want to go to jail. So,
It's not a good place.
You learn to grow up a little bit.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Mr.
Children
Harris
help
is
with that.
checking in. What up, Mr. Harris?
Harris is in the building.
Extremely well. Thank you for the invite, but I was nursing the missus back, so we were very operative, but we appreciate the invite. We would have loved to join. That was a great conversation. We were a little late, so I had to rewind to see that you were looking at Brother Baldwin, and was that Sister Nikki Giovanni? So amazing conversation. A lot of people have chopped that one up, and you guys did a great job, man. We appreciate you. Today, we are talking about the qualities of a good father, because Father's Day is imminent. Right around the corner. Shout out to everybody celebrating Juneteenth and Father's Day and all of the rest of that good stuff. But the qualities of a good father. We just finished up on number 8. Fathers are slow to anger. I just come from a never let them see you sweat generation. So even if something got you, hot, you can't do it. You can't let everybody. It's just not good. You know what I mean? There's times to get passionate. There's times to raise your infliction, change your vernacular, and so on and so forth. It might come across condescending or whatever, but that's people. That's feelings. You'll get over it. But not letting somebody push your buttons, And just recently, you know, I've seen a what somewhat stoic man, apparently stoic man. He appeared to be stoic. Wasn't so stoic when, you know, the roller coaster takes a certain turn. And that's exactly what we talk about, is that's the access that we give everyone when we sit in these spaces for hours upon hours upon hours. Eventually, you know, something's gonna happen and you're gonna step out of character. And that's not, you know, it's understandable, but at the same time, the quality of a good dad, in my opinion, is that you're slow to anger, and to see, you know, some people react is a little disappointing, especially when they appear so stoic. Number 9, a good father loves his kids. A good father loves his kids. Shout out to Black Man Unfiltered on the chat. Hope all is well, man. Nice chopping it up with you earlier. Today, we are talking about the qualities of a good father, man. Father's Day is coming, so I'm just chopping it up and giving my opinion on the qualities of a good father. I think a good father, number 9, is loves his kids. I think discipline without love breeds resentment. A good father loves his kids. Your kids should never wonder whether you love them. Your children should be able to find peace, comfort, rest, and consistency in your love. And that's where the island comes in, y'all. I'm not gonna lie to you. Sometimes I'm on an island. I have to double back. And I know I'm gonna have to double back. From what I just said, she not gonna take that good. I see it in grown women over 40. So when I look into the eyes of a 22-year-old and 17-year-old, an 8-year-old, and I say some of the things that I say, it don't change for them, y'all. It don't change for them. It don't. It may be a little filtered, maybe a little diluted. Shout out to his party lime on the check-in, but it don't change. And I see it in their eyes. Holy shit, he just said that. Yeah, I did. And I'm going to double back and I'm going to make you understand what I was saying, but not right now. Not right now. That's going to marinate. That's going to sizzle in your spirit. It's going to sizzle. And y'all know my infliction, I can say it. You going to remember, like Maya Angelou said, you going to remember how you felt. Fuck what I said. You going to remember how you felt. And I may double back and say, baby girl, I know I was a little bit unique on that approach, but this is a lesson that you need to get. And you might not get it now, but let's keep this going. And sure enough, they double back like, oh man, yeah, good looking out on that. Good looking, Brooklyn. And we keep it moving. So, you know, I think that we have to love our children. We have to be consistent in our love and be a place for them, but understand that, you know, that's dad. I might hear something I might not want to hear. He might put it the way he put it, but that's dad. What do you think, Mrs.? Am I way off? What you got?
Nope, I absolutely agree. You know, they're going to always be our children. They're just grown children. And again, we're going to have to learn to grow together. It's still a family dynamic. You know, everything doesn't stay the same. And when people don't want to change, even parents, it causes conflict. It's going to be some conflict. So everybody has to have a little, and it kind of is good for them. They have to learn that they have to compromise. They have to learn that in relationships, even with their parents, they have to learn that empathy, consideration. And it's hard because they're so used to us being the givers, and you know, they're just takers. They don't, you know, like, so, and that's a learned behavior, right? So when they go out into relationships, don't they behave like that? It's not much different. So this is where we are.
I hear you. Okay. Let's go to number 10. A father needs to be patient. Patience is a virtue. As the saying goes, And family is going to test your patience on a regular basis. The kids, the missus, the mister,
Cat.
the cat, the dishes, the dishes are going to test your patience.
Car.
For real. Yeah, the car too. As challenging as it may be today, you may need to pass your test. How you react in these circumstances could be what defines you in the eyes of your children. For example, the thought of teaching your child immediately comes to mind. How do you handle it when you're teaching your child a skill? What about when you're tutoring them, Mrs. Harris, and they're not learning as fast as you would like? Do you get angry? Do you yell at them? Or do you continue to be patient with them? Do you continue to encourage them?
You know,
What do you do?
I had to learn to not get angry.
Okay.
But not angry to where, you know, I see some parents get. Mine was more frustrated.
Okay.
You know, frustrated. And just finding other ways to teach whatever that skill was, whatever that lesson was, stop and take a break. But yeah, I would say you would have more calm. You didn't get as frustrated quickly as I did. You know, and a lot of them were self-learners. So, you know, it was smooth sailing from there. But when they struggled, I would say I definitely got frustrated quick. Yeah.
Indeed. But the overall approach, I think you have a much more sympathetic and empathetic overall approach. Mine's maybe a little more anecdotal and situational because again, I'm on the walk past on the kitchen, like, what's going on? Let me see if I can interject in here. And all I am is a different perspective at that point.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And they need that.
Right.
So you see how good that is to have always had that. That's good for children. They need that. They getting one dynamic, one perspective from mom all the time. So to have dad dive in and get another perspective, they need that. They need to know that we think differently. Damn it. We not the same people. We not robots.
See what Boogie said. Boogie checked in. He said, a good father handles his business no matter what. Shout out to Boogie on the check, man. Appreciate you, man. And that's where we come from. We come from Bedford-Stuyvesant, Brooklyn. And again, you know, it wasn't a lot of fathers, but Mr. Acosta.
Yes. Boogie,
you know, Boogie. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Rest in peace, Pops. Rest in peace. It was we come from Bed-Stuy. You know what they call Bed-Stuy, right? What the slogan is? Do or die.
Yeah, that one.
That's what it's called.
Bless you.
Do or die, Bed-Stuy. So you see what it is? You do. Or
you do,
or you die.
You die.
So this is where this comes from. You handle your business no matter what. And again,
whatever that
I heard
looks
a conversation earlier today in the spaces, and it's like, you know, guys, they only stuck around for duty and honor and responsibility and these things. You know, they put a slant on that like it wasn't a good thing.
Right.
And again, they dive inside numbers. You know, 50% of people get divorced. And of those 50%, 25%. Ow, my hair hurt.
Oh, gosh.
My hair hurt.
Just nobody's happy.
Yeah, let's stop right now. I digress.
Goodness gracious.
But just the disposition of, you know, even when your back's against the wall, even when things aren't going your way, even when you aren't feeling happy, even when, you know, it's not the most opportune, you still get things done.
Yeah.
Now, what you do at the end of the day with the results or the earnings or whatever, that's on you. But at the end of the day, a father does and handles his business no matter what. So we appreciate the check-in, Boog, man. And let's go ahead and get to number 11. A good dad is dependable. Good dad should be a man of his word. His family should be able to count on him. But most importantly, when he says he's going to do something, especially when it comes to his kids, he does it.
Absolutely.
If you tell your kids you're going to be there for their soccer game or football game, you need to be there.
Never make false promises.
If you get into a habit of a word to your family, then soon you'll learn we can't depend on dad, and you don't want that. What say you, Mrs. Harris? Good dads are dependable.
Absolutely. I was one of them kids who didn't have any of that. Absolutely a non-dependable man, break promises, all of that, not present. So I absolutely had the blueprint of what not to choose. And then to have my big brothers be such great fathers, wanting to be present, being present, I knew it exists. So, and to see you and meet you, come across you with your little baby. Look at this little chocolate little baby. Who chocolate little baby is this? This your little baby? Can I be his stepmom?
You know who the daddy of that chocolate baby is? Huh? You know? Who is it?
So with that, I kind of saw the other side too, because loves to death. So I saw baby mama stuff, the drama and all the toxicity.
Indeed.
Goodness gracious, friends. I got to see a lot.
Okay.
So, again, you
Eat a man checked in.
get that blueprint of what not to choose.
Von Eric is here. What up, Von Eric?
Welcome.
Hope all is well, sir. Hope you had a good week. Hope you see the thumbnail, man. If not, I got you. We talking about the qualities of a good father today. And Eda Man Williams just chimed in with an amazing question. Let's go ahead and unpack on that. And Eda Man Williams said, can you be a great father and a bad husband? Mrs. Harris, would you like to chime in first?
I would say no, you can't, because the first rule in being a great father is to be good to the mother.
Well, that's only my opinion,
right?
Mrs.
It's
Harris,
my opinion
but yeah,
too.
I was gonna.
So it's my opinion too.
Okay,
because
okay. Okay.
Now, see, it's all we want to bring stuff with is, it depends, the circumstances and shit, right?
Listen, it depends. If it depends, it depends. Come on,
shit.
Go. So you say no.
So I'm married to I got a horrible husband, but he's so good to the kids. Damn, that's a fucked up situation.
Yes.
How'd that happen?
I mean, a lot of situations subsequently may end up like that,
well,
right?
It ends up
some
there you go.
relationships they're not together, and then you asked her, is he a good father? She go, yeah, oh man, he's a great dad, loves his kids, does everything right by his kids. We just couldn't be together. But
that's after. No, this is like in the marriage. He said,
okay,
you're married, they're married.
Okay, right. Is it possible? Okay, so that you okay.
I'm sure, but they had to come that. You ain't just gonna marry no good ass, you know what I mean? Like,
indeed.
So, something happened in there. And that's again, when it comes to circumstance, because she could be a bitch.
Right.
He could be a bitch, like, no sex. It could be a whole bunch of circumstances. Postpartum depression after the kid. She lost all kind of interest. He started cheating. Listen, come on.
Shit,
I can make a whole movie.
She says she can go on and on.
But again,
break of dawn.
It's kind of hard to be a good father when the father, the children are seeing the mother not being loved and vice versa.
Right.
Can't be a good mother when the children are watching you mistreat the father.
Okay. I'll give my
opinion.
After I see what he said. He said, especially when you come to those whooping, if you say go and do it, do it. For me, it would be a no for me too, because again, I thought the first quality of being a good dad, in my opinion, Eda Man Williams, this is only my opinion, sir, is that a good dad loves and protects the kid's mom. And that would be his wife. I think that unified front, that solidarity, that unity, however you want to word it, I think they have to see this woman being loved up on by a man, even when they don't agree, even when finances ain't good, even when it's dishes in the sink, even when, things aren't going the way that we want them to, but we still are showing respect. We are showing adoration, admiration, and other qualities that show our kids that just because, you guys aren't seeing eye to eye or you guys don't agree, you still deserve a certain respect, a certain loyalty as a human, as a person, as a mate. He said he respectfully disagrees. Understandable,
Of course.
respectfully, of course.
I mean, and then you have adults who are married who behave like children. Like, I don't know. Yeah, move on.
Okay. Let's move to, where are we? Number 10, I believe. Let's see. 8, 9, 10. A father needs to be patient. We said patience is virtue, and so on and so forth. So let's move to number 11. Good dads are dependable. I believe we went over that one, right? We said that when they say something, they need to keep their word. Okay.
No promises.
Okay. Let's move to number 12. Kids need a dad that's compassionate. I think compassion doesn't get brought up enough when it comes to dads.
Right.
I think compassion is sympathy or pity for someone else during their suffering.
Okay.
So, with that being said, you can now see how valuable that attribute is for a dad. I mean, being able to identify, understand, you've been to high school before. This is where, that age argument comes in for me because, not only today, but throughout our existence in this space, we've heard, what you say is ageism, kind of.
Yeah, it is ageism. Absolutely. Absolutely.
When we talk, it's like, it's really insensitive to us for being old. But
I don't
being old means you didn't die.
Some would say it's insensitive.
So I don't know, how that comes into play. By us being older, we don't have a reflection on being younger. We don't have a right to speak on people who are younger, or we don't. We're
a different generation.
I don't even get it.
We're a different class of humans, so we don't have the same thoughts and ideas and stuff. So what we think don't matter.
Either man checked in. Hold up, put a pin in there. Put a pin in there. Your compassion should be limited, in my opinion. Okay. I mean, absolutely. I think that's the conditional part of love that don't exist, right? It's
just like discipline should be
limited.
Right. Yeah.
No, we would definitely agree with that.
But nevertheless, I think it's unique when your children, see you help strangers. That's something they always bring up.
He also said the kids and the wife are separate entities.
They are, absolutely.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that either.
We don't.
I wouldn't disagree with that. And again, that's why it's a symbolism.
Right.
That's why we want to show them the solidarity.
It's just the question like that is like a woman marrying a husband that's no good to her and mean to her, but they're having kids. You understand what I'm saying? Like something had to transpire.
Right.
Where this married couple,
a bad husband, right?
Where the married couple, because now we putting it all on the man again. Like,
I mean, but again, they're right. That's just the question.
So,
it's just the question.
Again,
it can be flipped around. You can say, can you be a good wife and a bad mother, or a bad mother and a good,
right?
So it can be interchangeable.
Absolutely.
But it's just can the two exist at the same time? I think that's his. Ultimate.
That's counseling session, man. They need to know what the fuck happened and they break down in their marriage. Like that's individual, circumstantial.
I mean, but
and all
again,
of that,
for me, the operative bad is what's operative for me. Shout out to L Nix on the check. What up, L Nix?
Some people can take being called a bitch, and that's okay in their marriage. Like,
but if you're called a bad mom or a bad dad, like he said, can you be, these two things at the same time? Can you be a great father and a bad husband both at the same time? That's a great question.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think so.
No, I mean,
I don't think so.
You could be a bad husband in one house, but you're good to your kids who live in another house.
Ooh, child.
You could be a good husband. You could be a good husband in one house and a bad father to the kids who live somewhere else. Now, in the same space, like again, I can't see people just marrying horrible people off top.
You can be a great wife and a horrible mother. I know some. Damn.
Yeah.
A great wife. So she's attentive to the hubby. She's nurturing
that
to
says
the
a lot about him that she's not taking care of them kids.
Mother.
What husband would love a woman that's not taking care of his children? So that's a little weird, but I get it. It's all kind of we humans,
different
man.
Dynamics, absolutely.
Everybody's
Army vet on the
life
jet.
is not the same. We do not expect them to be the same.
Salute, sir. Thank you for your service. Thank you for joining us tonight, man. Hope you're doing well tonight.
That's a good question, though.
Army vet about the qualities of a good father, man. Father's Day is coming up. Happy Father's Day to all of y'all fellas out there. And we having a discussion tonight, man. I got another video I want to play. I'm going to get to it in a second. I want to grab another one of these
He's a bad
points.
dad, too. Lord,
Happy Father's Day to each and every last one of y'all. But Mrs. Harris, number 13. A playful dad is important. What say you? Does there have to be a certain level of comedy, certain level of playfulness, certain level of silly to balance out all of these things we said before? This disciplinarian leader guy who's...
It got to be a limit.
Okay.
It's a limit to everything.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So absolutely. Yes, absolutely. Got to be fun, dad, man. Come on. Got to be jokes and fun and silliness. I think that's a big part of your children's comfortability with you as a parent, that you can relate to them at their level. Being able to get down and have fun and play with them at their level, and them still respecting and understanding your role as their fucking parent.
Indeed.
So absolutely, you are supposed to laugh and joke and play with your children. I would say. Shit.
I hear you.
I ain't had no daddy, so I don't know. But the daddy I seen for 25 years of my kids and my brothers, that y'all play. Y'all are very fun with y'all children, and looking at all of them being grown, because all my nieces and nephews are grown. Like, they love that. They appreciate that part of y'all being men. Being able to fucking have some fun and play and stuff and be silly, but still be serious and stern and whoop their ass if y'all need to. They take it all. They take it all, man. It's a skill. It's a skill. And everybody ain't gonna get it right. Like, there's no perfect science to it. Just, do the best you can. Love up on the parent, love up on the other parent. Like, that is very important. Even if you don't like them, like, just kindness, just basic respect, calling them by their name, and
I got you.
The battle is
Army
crazy.
vet checked in. He said child support court says if she a hoe, that has nothing to do with her being a mama. Goddamn it, she can still be a mama. She just like to squirt.
Oh, yeah.
She like they like to fuck.
Mind your behavior around your children.
13 is very important.
They'll be hoeing at 12 too.
Okay. Let's watch a video in regards to this. This one is the minister, man. Shout out to the minister. Fellas. Listen to the minister, man.
Protect what you cannot control. Wait now. Sisters, when I use the word control, that makes you upset sometimes because you don't want nobody to control you. But no man can protect what he cannot control. Now, you don't have to be a control freak, because she has a right to rebel against ignorance. That sometimes because you don't want nobody to control you.
Y'all heard that? I know ladies do not get triggered. He's talking to men right now. So don't take this the wrong way because there's buzzwords inside of here. This message is for fellas. Fellas, listen to the minister.
But no man can protect what he cannot control. Now, you don't have to be a control freak because she has a right to rebel against ignorance that masquerades itself in the form of a controller.
Y'all heard that? We stopping right there. Y'all pay attention. Pay attention to these people in these spaces because they will masquerade on your ass. Don't let them think that they a leader and they something different. Check their credentials, check their resume, check their temperance. I know that's a word. Check their temperance.
Check their damn teeth.
He rolled for that, baby.
Let's keep going.
That masquerades itself in the form of a controller. I gotta set balance here. Otherwise, after this lecture's over, some nut is gonna go home and say, see, I got to control what's going on up in here.
See what he called them? Some nut. This is the sound bites people take. And again, you know, for people to hang their hat on these arguments that some people take these sound bites and go like we don't know that. We don't know that there's going to be some idiots that do idiotic things for clicks, views. And here's the thing, though. Why they still get the clicks and the views and the super chats and the donates and the in the back chat DDs and why do they still get all of that stuff? If nobody likes it, if it's not warranted, how come they still get all? I told y'all I got my pick with the black fist. I got my pick with the black fist today. Not playing with y'all today. Let me get to these check-ins. Happy Father's Day to you, bro. Happy Father's Day to you, bro. Happy Father's Day to you. They don't know, bro, that there's people out here who lost children in this world and still give back, still adopt, still foster, still. This world wasn't the best to us. We've been losing brothers, losing children, losing people since we knew each other, Boogie. And we still try to just push forward, fight the good fight, give back. We were security guards together, nigga. We were security guards together, me and this dude right here, man.
One of the worst places.
In Vanderveer Projects. Vanderveer. Y'all ever heard of Vanderveer Projects? Google it. But this is when a brother was trying to be righteous, trying to search for a 9 to 5 so I could strive and maybe I stay alive. So guess what they did to the dread? Dreads flowing. 10, 11 years worth. Guess what they did? Security guard. Security. You're going to go and tell other black people not to do stuff. That's what you're going to do. And that's what we did. That's what we did. We ain't doing it now, but that's what we did because like he said earlier, we were fathers. We were men. We had families. We had to handle our business no matter what. So, you know, shout out to you, bro. I appreciate you. You know how thick we are, nigga. Thick as thieves. Boogie. That's my brother. I love him dearly. Getting ready to travel back home to Jersey. Rest in peace, man. Sending love and light to you, L. Nix. You be safe. Get back to Jersey safe and tap in, man. We appreciate you for checking in. I do. I remember that. I remember it, man. It's what made us who we are, man. When we stand next to each other inside of a party, or when we have a toast for a drink. I mean, I think that's the difference. Like, we do it for a reason. We in these spots, we're celebrating life for a reason, not just because it's Tuesday. Because we did the things that we need to do in order to do the things that we want to do. And that's a lyric that I preach to my kids all the time, and something that we all need to understand. And what I think, the brother is talking about now, the honorable, that we just can't be leaders for just the sake of saying we leading something, because we can lead them off a cliff. She's supposed to follow you? No.
We're not going that way.
No. And that's what makes it so insensitive, is that women act like we not the first ones to say that there's men that are inadequate. When men tell other men, we ain't the same, nigga. We ain't the same. They don't say, is anything wrong with that? But let a woman tell another woman, listen, chick, we ain't the same. We ain't the same quality. We ain't the same quality of woman. We ain't the same quality of mother. We ain't the same quality. We ain't the same. It's a problem. But no. We move the way we move. We do the things we do because of how we're perceived, because of the way we can be classified. You could be classified as a gentleman, or you could be classified as something else. That's all on you. But let's get back to what the honorable is talking about. Let's see if you finish it.
But I say this, a woman will submit to you that allows them to see it, and they submit to it, then the wisdom is the controlling influence, not you personally.
Wisdom is the influence. Wisdom is the influence. The missus was way more impressed with me when she felt like she wanted to go and grab a dictionary to read to keep up with articulation.
Absolutely.
She was way more impressed with me with the conversations I was able to keep up with when it was scenarios and hypotheticals and placing me into situationals. And we were able to continue to have these conversations. The knowledge, the wisdom, the understanding was way more important to her than any dollar amount that I could bring to her.
Absolutely.
And she was the one that let me know that, I come from a different type of environment, a different, we prioritize things a little bit different. It was a little more serious for us. We didn't have time. But I appreciate you. You know what? Let's do this. And I think that's the difference, that, we get in these boxes and we do preach that we're the leaders and we need to be listened to. But at the same time, we have to put forth the knowledge, the wisdom, the understanding, solidify that spot so that she is willing, unapologetically willing to ride with you. El Nix checked in. He said, we have to admit, when we weren't fully in the right place as a man, no matter the behavior of others, it's paramount for us to be grounded so the environment has some kind of control to any chaos. He's absolutely right. They're a reflection. They're a reflection of us. We have to be stoic to some degree so that they know that they can remain stoic to some degree. We all have times where we can fly off the handle, but a lot of us are out of control all the time. And guess what? We don't care. If another person tell me I don't care, I know, but why? Why don't you care about anything? You don't care about anybody, what they say. You don't care. You're not going to let anybody tell you what to say. You don't care about when anybody thinks about you. You don't care about.
But you care about what everybody else say. I'm confused.
It's you should have some level of concern. But El Nix is right on time. Let's see what Minister got to say.
the controlling influence, not you personally. Listen, please. See, truth is above everybody. So you can't say, I'm the boss. I am the boss in this house. Well, wait now. You're supposed to be, but on what basis? It's not your ability to knock your wife around. It must be on the basis of the wisdom that you have for the situations that arise in the relationship.
Let's stop there. I don't know. Based on the character that I see in these spaces, that ability to compartmentalize, I don't see it. That level-headedness, I don't see it. I mean, I really wish it was there, but I don't see it. So many different instances. You are absolutely right, Army vet. Leadership. So many instances that it could be exercised, but I don't see it. And you know why I'm so unapologetic, why I absolutely wave my flag is because my wife seen this quality in me on a basketball court with grown men, bigger than me. I'm not that big, 6 feet, 155 or so. Not that big. Right? But she saw me on a basketball court with
6'7"
individuals,
250 pounds, all different kinds.
Delegating and regulating. What you say, big man? So, you know, for
we
me
talking about parks where niggas play with a gun on their waist.
Oh, please. This is again, y'all hear where I come from. This is park tournaments, 6 o'clock game, everybody hanging on the fence, Rucker Park. This is Dykeman. This is it. This is the cloth from which I'm cut. So all of this, you know, competition, all of the lights being on, like all of this shit, that's what some people do. And again, I think that we have to understand that sometimes a leader can present themselves and sometimes they're imposters, just like women. Mm-hmm. You really think that there's not men, that there's imposters? Y'all see what he says? Soul in the hole, 44. One of the most amazing tournaments, man. You want to play a 6 o'clock game in Soul in the Hole. Boogie, tell them about the 6:30 game at Soul in the Hole, man. Man, stop playing.
Yeah, some parks the family wasn't allowed to come to while he played. I ain't gonna lie, I remember that. Few games like, y'all can't come to this park. It might be some drama.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
L. Nix checked in. He said, right, I've learned even up to now. But it's an everyday thing. As you get older, there's something about time that makes you rethink your past and want to move better in the time you have left. You are absolutely correcto. Wisdom will save you a lot of money and time.
Absolutely.
That is shit. No truer words have been spoken. But my guys, they hitting. They absolutely right. That reflection, that retrospect, getting older, looking back, gives you a certain lens to look out of. And, you know, that wisdom, what do we say, missus? It's expensive to get out of mistakes. Mistakes are expensive.
Yeah, they are. Especially if you can prevent them.
They're expensive. So, you know, you guys are spot on. Let's get the minister to finish up.
If you both are angry, don't bother, because she ain't listening to nothing you're saying. And the decibels that get louder and louder, and well, okay, you're screaming, you're hollering, and I'm gonna do what I want to do anyway.
See why it's always good to remain with a level of calmness? Once you start screaming and go flying off the handle, she's done. Mm-hmm. She's done.
I'm done.
Not ready. You are completely done. You're complete. And that's the thing, because I get animate. So sometimes it gets boisterous. And she's done. She's done. We're not, you know what? Listen, we not going to see it the same. I'm a man, you a woman.
Mm-hmm.
We don't see things the same all of the time. And that's usually, it stops for a while there.
No, but early on, I used to get upset.
You did?
I used to get upset.
And what did I do?
Stay calm.
And do what? And do what to the room? What do I do to that particular room?
Set the tone.
Do I leave the room or do I stay in that room?
No, you stay in the room when you're not leaving the room.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, we never get to the point where you got to leave.
Mm-hmm.
No, we got to the point where you had to leave a couple times.
Yeah, sometimes I step out of the room.
Yeah, damn, that was a long time ago.
Sometimes I step out of the room. I'm going to be honest with y'all. Sometimes I just completely relieve myself of the situation.
He's done that
now,
quite a few times.
Here's the operative thing. I might
and
say
not on a
something.
dismissive.
I might say something on my way out, though. I might say something on my way out. And you'll be like, excuse me. Right?
Yeah. What was that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You'll say it again.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
But,
you would not say it again. You say it again, though. It's like, okay. That's what you said.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's what you said? Okay.
And it's just, we want to stay above the belt, but at the same time, we don't want to continue to subject ourselves to sinking further.
Right. Into what I
mean?
A going nowhere.
Absolutely.
Unnecessary argument.
Absolutely.
A lot of us.
Absolutely.
We never thought about big bills or, shit that.
I mean, what's the fight about? If we can't pay it, we can't pay it. Like, that's the logic that we have, and that's how we avoided a lot.
Yeah. We make resources.
Things like
hustle hard.
We can't do nothing about it. So until we can, it's out of our control.
Right. We know arguing with each other is not going to solve the problem. We're both very resourceful. So now we both on our own separate grinds.
Trying to make something happen.
Resourceful, nigga.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wisdom does not come on the discount rack. It costs what it costs. That's a good one.
But those type of temperaments and lack of control and that emotional uproar is the type of environment I grew up in. I came from. So to choose a man that had that much control was something I was looking for. I didn't want a man that would match me in my emotional uproar.
I got you.
Like my brothers, but they match me because I'm their sister. So a lot of that came from that, like, oh, I don't want nobody that's going. And I didn't even know if it existed because a lot of the men that I grew up around that nurtured me as well had that, emotional uproar tendency. So I guess I was going to be able to notice it, It was going to be something I noticed, right? Because if you're emotional, you're going to show that shit as soon as you get upset, right? You're going to be kind of out of control. So, yeah.
And again, me, I'm a Cancer. So that's the card that everyone plays on me. I don't even have to play it on myself because so you're emotional. Yeah. Like, okay. I'm coloring with 64 crayons. I don't know how many you color with.
Right.
But I'm coloring with all 64. And
don't have these assumptions.
Absolutely. I'm very unapologetic about my emotions because we all have them. I'm able to identify them and display them.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and let the minister finish up seriously this time, though.
Because she ain't listening to nothing you're saying. And the decibels that get louder and louder, and like, well, okay, you're screaming, you're hollering, and I'm going to do what I want to do anyway. So when anger subsides, then reason can grow in a house. You can never settle an argument where the male ego is involved if you as a woman don't know how to handle the male ego. That's why he lives in your mouth like a dentist, because you rip him apart with your tongues. You see his weakness, and then you beat him up.
Let's stop right there. And you know that is very true. Only because I've not only seen him do it to men, I've recently seen a woman do it to another woman. I think it was, very insensitive. Quantum chimed in. She said, "Oh Lord, you a Cancer. Your birthday coming soon." It is. It is July 11th. Go to 7-Eleven and get you a free Slurpee on me. My pleasure. But no, my birthday is coming, Quantum. I am a Cancer. I am emotional. And I've seen a young lady use the vulnerability of another young lady against her. And it wouldn't have stood out to me, but it was like one of the ultimate vulnerabilities. We display certain things to people, and you guys know that there's a certain level. And, to attack someone's vulnerabilities, no matter what they be, insensitive. But to get the ones that's on high on the charts, oof. What say you?
I dug with the best of them.
You've attacked vulnerabilities?
Absolutely. I mean, I grew up with siblings.
Okay.
But just going out, I think we had so much good practice at home with each other. Mm-hmm. We didn't go out and behave like that, right? Because if I set you off like that or you set me off like that, imagine how it would be with strangers, right? So we didn't, you understand what I'm saying? I know how strong you are, my brothers and sisters. We know how much energy we're going to take on each other because we hurt each other's feelings. Now, you go out in the street and you do that to somebody out there, it might look a little different. So I think that consciousness was up front because we was good kids. We didn't go out to bully any people. If anything, we was fighting bullies. We ain't do that.
Shout out to y'all. No doubt. But yeah, man, when someone is humble enough, when they see enough in you to display or confide in you their vulnerabilities, I think using it against them says more about you than anything. So, when I heard the minister say this, and like I said, very recently, we've seen this play out. It was very insensitive and unnecessary to prove a point, to dig, to put a knife in and twist it. Unnecessary, insensitive.
Proving a point, making another person look like a fool.
Does that make you feel better? Right. Do you feel better? Because you're the one that got to look at yourself every day. But I digress.
Because you rip him apart with your tongues. You see his weakness, and then you beat him up. And he can't handle that. You're driving him out of your house into the arms of a strange woman who he don't have to live with. He just have fun with and leave.
A clean-up woman. They don't know nothing about that. They're gonna say they old. That's what them old people do.
Listen, they was telling you what it was. It was telling you about real life and how shit go. You treat. Listen.
So that was the minister. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to have him break up the monotony for these last 2 points. I got 2 more. A good dad is present and involved.
Present.
A good dad is present. A good dad is present.
Present.
Like I don't get any more gratification than being a day one motherfucking dad. Seeing it. You see the freaking process right in front of your eyes.
Man, it happens so fast.
You see it and it happens.
And it's still happening. That's the thing. It's just gonna continue.
And happening even more intricately because now the 20-year-old problems, the 17, 18-year-old situations are like, whoa.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get to it.
All right.
But, like we said, we a family. We're going to get through anything together. But would we been able to tell each other in that nightclub in 1998, walking up to each other, yo, check this out, we gonna have a damn near 30-year-old, a damn near 25-year-old, a damn near 20-year-old, a damn near 10-year-old, and a house and a car and mom coming through. And
I would have told you that, you would have looked at me like I'm crazy.
You and Ty tried to talk about it. I'm
like,
man,
I mean,
I don't want to hear that.
You know,
your friend told me we gonna be together forever.
Mm-hmm.
Who the fuck said that?
Mm-hmm. I had a couple prophecies or prophetics moments in our lives together. You know.
Okay.
You know, you had those angels walk up on you and tell you some stuff, and then you never hear from them, see them again. They talk about them in the neighborhood like they're a mystery person and shit. We've had that.
Look what Quantum said. I like Quantum. Quantum said 1998. Damn, y'all old.
Yeah, damn.
It's like Kevin Hart voice.
That is old.
We are old though, Quantum.
It was funny.
49 next month.
46.
Less than a month. I'll be 49 years old. The missus is 46 years old.
Yeah.
Almost 100 years over here. Almost 100 years. And people tease us because we didn't die.
Because we old. Because we old married people who.
See, y'all old. Why y'all
old married people who really like each other?
Y'all old people. So why y'all old people be worrying?
Listen.
But you were getting ready to say something. What you got?
I forgot.
Oh, okay. Ooh. Okay. Well, let's refresh. We said a dad,
present
and involved.
Yeah.
You gotta be there in order
to be involved, right? You gotta be present.
You gotta be there.
Yeah.
That's very
because there's some couch dads, you know, some niggas that just sit around the house. He just another object in the house. He don't come out and do nothing. Don't interact. Don't teach you nothing. Do shit. Just here.
Watching sports.
Just a body. Is that an extra sock?
In the man cave.
Right.
Yeah. Leave him alone.
Yeah.
Drinking beer.
It's some.
Reading the Bible.
Hey, they think that's enough.
Watching soccer.
But you know.
Leave him alone. He building the engine. Leave him alone. Watching Sons of Anarchy. Leave him alone.
Oh man. Teach me how to Dougie.
Watching baseball.
Teach me how to Dougie.
Leave him alone.
You better do something.
But see, here's the thing. Here's why I played that. Oh, there go my sis is in the bill. That's my sister.
Welcome.
That's my
Which one? I ain't got no phone.
That's my sister. What up,
hey,
Kenny?
sis. Hey, sis.
Sissy, what's poppin'? Sissy, I might be coming to New York, Sissy.
Don't be.
I might be coming to New York, Sissy. I might have to come see you, Sissy.
I'm gonna hide.
Look,
Trump.
Nikki, she nope, you can't. You embarrassed.
I am the rider, man.
She embarrassed.
Damn.
Nope. Sit.
I can't take no rides.
No, you cannot.
No
Sissy,
car rides.
I'll let you know, Sissy. I'll keep you posted. Hope all is well. Hope you're doing good. Hope my God baby is doing well. Shout out to Frey.
Hey, baby.
Hope you're doing well, baby girl. And that's another thing about being a father. Again, guys, you know, being a father is near and dear to my heart. But you guys want to know what's even more near and dear to my heart? Being a godfather. I am a godfather of a plethora of amazing,
smart little kids, man.
And like I said, man,
I got
what
them
really
smart kids.
drove the nail home for me was when people that I met in my walk of life walk up to me and say, yo, could you do me a favor, man? If something happened to me, could you watch my kid forever? Damn, me?
Please keep an eye on my kid.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm honored.
Yeah.
So shout out to all of them. You ready to name them? Let's start. Jakai, right?
Yep. Tiana, Freya.
Ashanti.
Shanti. Damn, man. Did she just graduate from junior high school?
She did. She
Oh, my
graduated.
goodness gracious.
Any more out there? Any more out there?
We acquired some few.
Okay.
Couple for
And we can't forget Jacelyn. Amazing young lady that we were able
She's a grown woman now.
bring into our family when we lived upstate. She is a grown woman now. Has anybody been to jail, Mrs. Harris? Anybody incarcerated?
No.
No.
We breaking cycles, man.
No.
I'm just thinking about our whole my family, some jailbirds, but the next generation, you know, they absolutely succeeded. college graduates. Yeah, they're doing their thing. Appreciate y'all.
We do.
You know, a lot of us do reflect on, you know, some of the generations of our past, and we do make conscious choices to not repeat them. So shout out to the, you know, the young Harrises, the young Hardys out there. Y'all, you know, y'all doing your thing. We appreciate y'all, man. Y'all not us, man. Thank you.
She said she chilling over there. She said she chilling over there. Hey fam, over here chilling. Hit me up. See your goddaughter. I will. I absolutely will. My guy Boogie checked in. Said we them 70 babies and still here.
70s
being present and involved is the most important thing. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you.
Yeah, that crack ain't take us out.
Said, well, dang. Y'all could go ahead and add my 2 to y'all list.
Listen.
We here. Tribe is here, man. We love them babies, man.
Yep.
We do. Nikki said she wanted 10 children when I met her, y'all.
Yeah.
She said she wanted 10 children of her own.
I wanted to see if he was going to run or not.
Yeah, is you crazy? No, I wasn't running, but I was damn sure going to say,
oh, no, but you know, saying that to some dudes.
Crazy?
That's one thing I have to say, you know, over the years of, you know, dating, even childish dating, I would ask them crazy kind of questions, you know. Then you would think that they were crazy, but it was a part of vetting.
She
and guys were absolutely honest. Like, what? Hell no, I don't want no kids. You know, I only want 2, you know, so not to say he was the first one I you know, anything like that, but that was just a question. You know?
We went out to dinner, man. She bombarded me one night with, what if I had one arm? Like, wait, where's she? One arm? Serious? You only gonna have one? Damn. Okay.
Right.
But yes, she definitely presented, you know, scenarios that spoke to my character. She cared nothing about tangibles. Mrs. Harris was speaking to things about my character, things about down the road. And I
down the road
really admired, you know, her approach because she was a certain level of girl. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. When I met her, she was already in a place. So she didn't need to, you know, further entertaining me.
I didn't even think about that
at all. But you know, again, like they said, I think it was Method Man and Mary. You know, it's coming. You could have fucked with anybody. You could have fucked with anybody. But you chose me, and I got mad love to give, or however they worded it. But you know, this is what we speak to the young people about, that you only need one person. You act like you out here looking for all the girls in the space. You only looking for one.
Right.
And if she is willing to adhere to your mission, to subscribe to your vision, I think it's worth a shot. And again, these marriages, they don't come to us with value already placed on them. These relationships, they don't come to us valuable already. Us too, as people, pouring in time, pouring in experiences, pouring in life, makes them valuable. So when the young people say they don't see no value in marriage, how you gonna see some value in something that has no value in it until you put some inside of it?
Yeah, gotta make it valuable.
Talk to me, Mrs. Harris.
They don't see that. Damn, I had a point. I just lost it.
That's okay.
I'm healing.
I still got some. I still got some.
That was awesome.
Quantum checked in. I had to stop speaking into these men like that. Laugh out loud. They get a little cray. They do. At times, again, it's the passion. It's a perfect storm of all of the different things, the need to be right, and the bravado, the machismo. It's a lot balled up in there. You got to be able to, you know, it takes a sophisticated person to see through, you know, the chocolatey nougaty center. But yes, you definitely have to approach with caution, and kind of navigate the waters mindfully, because I see again from recently this submission that's supposed to be for everybody. Like, this shit is puzzling to me, that we think that a woman from another house is supposed to submit and acquiesce to us. I pay bills over here. I don't pay bills over there. I don't pay bills in Quantum House. I don't pay bills in Lady Navoa House. What the hell? I mean, they need to submit to me and be docile and don't over. Listen here. We having a conversation. If we're not having an intellectual conversation, that says more about the forum we're in.
Right.
That we yelling and screaming back and forth, and we're allowed to overtalk each other, and that says more about the host. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have a conversation, and we're gonna treat each other like people. Right? That don't sound too hard, right?
Not a less than or
right. But when you start to get a little cray, I start to get a little cray. Let's do a hypothetical, Mrs. Harris.
I like cray. I
had
to learn to not get
I'm
there.
Screaming. I'm calling you all type of B's and H's. What you about to do in response?
Oh, with you and me?
Yeah. No, I mean, not me, you specifically. Like, I'm a man and you a woman. We strangers. We don't know each other. We just in this online space together. And I start yelling and screaming at you. What would you do? What would be your response?
I would probably click off.
Oh, wait a minute. You can actually click off.
Yeah, I would probably click off. I'm not fighting and arguing with no grown ass man because you don't like my opinion or what I said, or you're not doing all of that. I mean, that's just me personally.
You clicking off and coming back, or are you
I'm clicking off. I'm gone.
Clicking off.
I don't even want to go back and forth in the chat. It's just I don't have to entertain a conversation with a person that's not my husband. I'm not going to force you to believe me, or you're not going to force to convince me. Like, who you trying to convince me, or you?
That becomes
you yelling because you're trying to convince yourself,
or me,
right? Because I have my own mind and thoughts. Yeah, I'm good. I'm clicking off.
No, I get you. Yeah, I like that answer.
Camera might go off first, and then the whole stream. I'm out.
I respect that.
Yeah,
I think it's better for me to have a man already with a mission that's trying to help a dude get one. Absolutely. In 2023, no, I agree. Again, we speaking from a certain lens, Quantum, from when
and a certain age at this point.
Right, a little
but in
more
your early
organic,
in your 20s, me 20 and him 23, to really, believe that we had a specific direct mission and we knew how to not at all. But I think those questions gave me an idea of the type of character he had, and if I was willing to, go in it for the long haul, especially if he decided to ask me to be his wife. Like, he's showing me who he is, on top of me asking these types of questions that you have to answer with more than just a yes or no type of fucking answer.
Indeed.
And then again, it's gonna follow up with you showing me.
Indeed.
So not just subbing to him, had my own mission in mind as well. I think our mission just matched, so it was easier to sub to the mission that I was already on. Like, I want a family and kids, and I want a good man to do that with. So we're gonna build this money, we're gonna build this family, we're gonna build this knowledge, and that we got to do it together. Like, and I never want to pull away from that, especially with the children. Like, the children are watching.
Indeed.
So me being mean to them or disrespectful or dismissive or just any of that, I didn't, and I don't see a weakness in that. We can still have healthy debates and intellectual conversation and build on knowledge without being combative and fighting and carrying on. So it can be done.
Indeed.
Just got to be a fucking adult.
And story time. We have a fresh high school graduate that is, seeing somebody right now, and they go over to visit and see their family dynamic, and the family is very family oriented over there, right?
Yeah.
So the missus comes home from picking up the little one from over there, chilling out, and she lets me know, they can't wait to see you on Father's Day. You guys come on over, and the dads are going to chop it up a little bit. And they're very family orientated over there. Looks a lot like us. And, you know, just I just wanted to let you know that our youngin' notices that, you know, it's a family dynamic there. It looks a lot like ours, and setting that precedent, setting that narrative, help them see that there's other families, and not only are they able to do this, there's actually other families that are living in this
and looking for other mates for their children similar, because they know what's out there.
Absolutely. that there is, you know, far and few between mature youngins and kids that are able to come up like how we came up, with just rites of passage, with rules, with boundaries, and with family that's here to oversee, that's here to support and be all of these things, you know, that we talk about in here. And present and involved is the operative terms in what we really want to drive home, that fellas, if we're not present, if we're not there, it's hard to be involved in their academics, in their holistic health, in their physical health, in their spiritual health, in their development. All of these things we need to be hands-on for. We need to actually see these things. And when we preach to homes being full, being functional, having two parents inside of them so that they can experience all of these things that we talked about, all of these qualities of a good dad. And if being involved and being present is an operative thing, waking up in the house with you is imperative. It's not always the easiest thing to do. Sometimes we do have to fight. Sometimes we do have to be the bigger person. Sometimes we do have to acquiesce. Sometimes we do have to put on a pedestal. We do. We do. But we have the right. We have the ability to voice our opinions, to voice our concerns, our experiences, to make these families amicable, to give you a voice, to give you a say-so, to give you the will to stay with your family, to be the father of quality, to be the father that, you know, your children really, really need. In these days and times, we see what's going on out here. We don't have to bring up any clips. We don't. We show them to you guys a lot. They continue to give us information, to continue to feed this narrative and get mad at us for speaking on the information that they provide. So we don't have to do that. But what we do have to do is be more present and involved. Last but by no means least.
Let me add
Oh,
something,
please.
you know, because there's always a lack of empathy and sympathy for men. Because, you know, a lot of men have this idea that when the child gets older, they can tell their story. But the mother has polluted the child so much that they have no room to understand that the father was abused and neglected and molested and threw out on the street and got locked up and had to do this. And he had a life before all of that. You understand?
Right.
You know, we always consider the mother and their circumstances and their childhood and their trauma, you know, with the dysfunction. But, you know, when the father does come back to try to tell his story, just, you know, children, the elder children or teenage children, just try to have a little bit of empathy, even if not sympathy or pity, not at all, but a little bit of empathy to listen to that man's story. That's one.
No doubt.
You know, whether you want to believe it or not.
Okay. A good father is proactive. That's my last quality.
Doesn't excuse the behavior
of a good father. A good dad is proactive instead of reactive.
Yes.
It's like healthcare instead of death care. You are more attentive before than after. We're not putting on rest in peace shirts. We telling them not to pick up guns.
Or that I'm going to tell your daddy.
That part.
They already know.
That part.
You ain't got to use that as a weapon.
And for our wives, for our significant others, our girlfriends, we know you guys been through some stuff. We know. Your heart was wounded. God sent me to heal it. But until we accept that, until we understand that, until we are humble enough to want that, it's going to be an uphill battle. But I want to play this last clip before we get out of here. Shout out to Bed-Stuy. Shout out to my guy Papoose. Shout out to Bainbridge. Shout out to all those guys over there. Shout out to Jared. Shout out to the whole squad. Y'all know who y'all is. Shout out to Dirty Face. You know what.
Dirty Face.
But I want y'all to check this out before we get out of here. Mrs. Harris, check this out.
About when I said I'll marry you, it was like a bad time because she was basically on trial, and that particular day she was very upset, and she was saying things like, you know, nobody's going to be there for me, nobody's going to support me, I'm going to lose the case. And I was trying to assure her, like, yo, you're going to win the case, you're not going to blow trial. I didn't think she was going to lose the case because the stories were so inconsistent, and the case to me was a bull case, and she just kept shooting me down. So I was like, I'll marry you. And she flipped on me.
Let's stop right there. What y'all think? Things wasn't going good for her. You heard what I say all the time. When things aren't going your way, that's when I want to see you. When people aren't looking, that's when I want to see your character. When things weren't going her way, she was feeling very down. No one's going to be here for me. Absolutely. He stepped up to the bat. He said, you know what? He was proactive. He said, I'll marry you.
I got you.
She flipped on him. Mrs. Harris reflects a lot on the opportunities she gives me to exit in our relationship.
In the early years, yep.
For whatever reason.
No reason.
Fear of abandonment.
Yes, absolutely.
Situation with her dad.
Yep.
All of these things come to play. But she gave me so many opportunities, like, you know, you could leave if you want to. And, you know, okay.
Not snooty like that.
Not snooty like that. Not at all. But
like if this is a space where you really right. Yeah. But if this is a space that you really feel like you don't want to be in, you know, I'm okay. Like I see we would still be able to co-parent. Like I don't want you to be somewhere where you're not going to be intentional. Because again, in relationships before we were married, you know, you have those down times where nobody's being intentional, you know, and it happens. And how do you get back from that? You pose those hard conversations, like giving you the opportunity to leave.
Indeed.
Because that's all I knew, you know, men leave. Even my father, someone who said he loves me and I'm the most beautiful person in the world. And every time he sees me, I love you, but you leave.
Indeed.
Gone. Bye-bye.
Indeed.
You know, so.
And
that was so wrong of me.
In retrospect, like how she's about to say right now, and that's why I cut her off, because I knew exactly where she was going. Because she's always so apologetic, and again, in hindsight, she always sees like, that was wrong for me to do that. That was not right.
And it wasn't even times of like fighting. I would have never said that in like an argument, like nigga, you can leave. Right. No, just. You know. So,
you know, sometimes in those moments, you know, we present ourselves and vulnerability, sometimes fear, sometimes other things they, you know, may cause the push away. We can't take that and give in. We can't concede the fight. Yeah, shout out to Pumpy. He's acting nuts. We can't concede the fight because a little bit of resistance is shown. Quantum said they are so cute to her. Absolutely. I agree. She said, I love them as a couple. For real. Us too. That's my guy right there. Happy Father's Day to the gods. Peace to you, sister queen. Come and get at me. Gotta get you in the lab, sis. Gotta get you in the lab. But we watching Pap and Remy real quick. And he asked her to marry him and she flipped on him. So let's go ahead and finish that up, y'all.
He flipped on me. And honestly, I don't think it was the reason for her flipping on me was what she said. The reason why I think she flipped on me was because I took it like, and I felt like she's been lied to in the past, and men have such a bad reputation for not keeping their word, for not being loyal, for not being there for no one when they're going through hard times. And just not being faithful or loyal to the lady. And I felt like she looked at it like, you're full of shit. Like, you're not gonna marry me, you're not gonna be there for me.
Yep.
Let's stop right there.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mrs. Harris.
I mean, I would say a lot of women feel like that. I was one, of course, because not having no father. And it wasn't just that. I had one who had the opportunity to be present. He had family that supported him being present. He made false promises, in my younger years. So it stuck. It gave me my own perspective. Yeah, lost my point.
No, you're fine. I mean, like he said, for her reasons, she pushed away.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously he persisted. They're sitting next to each other right now. So sometimes, that resistance, that not wanting the discipline, not wanting the security, not wanting the curation that comes with a man in your life, a husband. It's scary.
I think it's scary because to some degree you may become dependent. And then if it's snatched beneath your wings, you're left. You know what I mean? And that's the future fear, but we can't say that that's going to happen. Why present that failure in my own mind off top? Because you wasn't giving me that. You understand what I'm saying? So
I got you. So let me play manosphere devil's advocate real quick. Why you want me to pay the bill for somebody else that ate at the table? Though?
Absolutely right. Yeah, it wasn't fair. It wasn't fair at all. Mm-hmm. I recognized mine, so I knew absolutely where it came from.
No doubt.
So I think that was the thing. You opened that window and door to reflect on it. Like, well, you can kind of deal with that. Your people are alive.
Mm-hmm.
But I was fully aware that I was angry, that I had some issues when it came to my upbringing, the family dynamic,
indeed,
and all of that.
Indeed.
So,
okay, let's let them finish up.
The lady, and I felt like she looked at it like, you're full of shit. Like, you're not gonna marry me, you're not gonna be there for me, and that's why she lashed out. That was the only rational reason I could think in my head. Like, why did I just get flipped on? Damn near proposing, you know what I mean?
And again, I think that's the difference between boys and men right there. I think we process a situation and understand that, I get that she might not understand what I'm trying to do. She might not get the overall foresight. I mean, it's a confidence you have to have in a person. And I don't know if it's a quality of younger people, if it's a quality of just scared people, but I don't think people are willing to put themselves out there to the extent of that. I think, again, a proposal, an advance, if it's declined, I think that's it. It's over. It's no more running in the race. It's been determined. You said no, we done.
You told me no.
I did.
It was together like 9 months. I proposed, not with no ring, but absolutely. He said, nope. He said, I'm not ready for that. I ain't run. Right? I ain't treat you no different. Be me. I was like, okay.
You didn't.
Like, I ain't want to get married today. I'm just letting you know where I'm at.
That's where you were right there.
That's where I'm at. I'll marry you today, my dude.
No doubt.
So,
well, this was a great discussion, Mrs. Harris. Final thoughts. I gave some points on, in my opinion, what I thought were the qualities a good father. And if you guys want me to run through them, I will. They were Mrs. Harris.
Let's go.
Number 1, a good dad loves and protects his kid's mom.
Okay. Whether you're with him or not.
A good dad provides for his family. A good dad is a disciplinarian. A good dad is not focused on raising kids, but good adults. A father leads by example. A good dad is a servant leader. A quality of a good father, he's supportive to his kids. He's slow to anger.
It's a good one.
He loves his children. He needs to be patient. He needs to be dependable. He needs to be compassionate. He needs to be playful. He needs to be present and involved. And he needs to be proactive. In conclusion, I'm going to say this. There are many important attributes to a good father. Many of them we didn't mention. What we did is hit on some of the qualities, in my opinion, that we believe to be very important. A couple takeaways. This list is not a way to make you feel like you're inferior.
Right. That part. It's your own feelings.
We repeat. This list is not a way to make you feel inferior. It's also not a way for you to feel like you're being judged. We have to do this, guys. We have to do this. Great dads will probably not excel in all of these qualities and traits, but they are still trying.
That's right.
You'll probably notice that many of these are both qualities of a good father and husband.
I was just
How'd I do?
You did very awesome. And my final thoughts was going to say, ladies, all these qualities you see as far as characteristics of a good dad is also characteristics of a good husband. It's very important.
Talk about it.
That's pretty much it. Those are the characteristics. You're looking for green flags, qualities to look for in a good mate. Ladies and gentlemen, all of those qualities are very important. Very important. Now you can decide which ones you can wiggle, which ones you are willing to compromise with, but them things are absolutely spot on. Absolutely spot on. But you as well have to be, you have to have those qualities as well. So
Indeed.
This was awesome.
Okay, Mrs. Harris, man, how you feeling? You all right?
I'm
Thank
doing
you for
good,
hanging out with
man.
me tonight.
Feeling a little heavy.
You were able to keep your feet up and get some rest now.
Yeah. No drugs, y'all. I'm not taking any opioids.
Not one.
Barely even taking a Tylenol. So, I'm trying to tough it out.
I tell you what she is taking though.
Past that.
Boom, boom.
Light it up.
Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom.
Keep your codeine. Keep your oxy. They try to give me anything. So, what you want, girl? Just tell me what you want. What kind you want, Mrs. Harris? No, I'm good.
She got that medical.
Like,
We got blueberry, gooseberry. We got Smurfing berry, Captain Crunch, crunched and capped. It's crazy over here right now.
Oh man.
But she's definitely making her way through. Mrs. Harris, you got anything going on this weekend? Are we looking forward to
Yeah, Shame Sunday is going down. But we're gonna do a little reflecting.
Okay.
We're gonna talk about this surgically induced menopause.
Okay.
So we'll have a little surgical tutorial.
Okay.
And such, and we'll discuss some ladies' issues. You know,
sounds very
it's
informative.
more educational. Yes, yes.
Appreciate you. Appreciate you.
Help the sisters be more aware and advocate for themselves, because doctors don't care about us.
True indeed. True indeed. Well, we appreciate y'all for checking in, man. This was an amazing episode. We appreciate everybody that popped in. We appreciate the Cash App Love Quantum. We appreciate you so much, y'all. Thank you for the Cash App.
Appreciate everybody.
You guys inspire us to continue pushing. And you know what I say, man. Do something good for somebody other than yourself. It's Father's Day. It's Juneteenth. It's great weather. I believe we got something going down in Druid Hill Park here.
Yeah.
Something for the old, something for the young. Yep, Afram Fest. I might jump on the road and hit New York City just because I miss touching the city.
Yeah.
See some of that orange smoke shit in the air.
All
man.
that.
So, you know, I got a little N95 mask, so
I'll be laid up.
I see what's good. Get your rest, Lady Goals. She'll check you tomorrow.
Appreciate it.
She said, get your rest.
Trying to rest up.
So I tell her, she come beat you up. I help too. I hold you down while she push you and run.
Oh Lord, you better hold me and
very
run.
positive and educational. Keep up the good work. See y'all
Thank you,
soon
much
for a good
appreciated.
weekend. True indeed, my brother. We appreciate you, man. You kiss the missus. Have a good night. Lock up all the properties. Get ready for work tomorrow, because you know you got to go to work to get that scratch, man, to pay for all that shit. Somebody got to pay for all that shit.
Goodness.
But I love y'all, man. You and the missus are doing amazing work. Shout out to Mrs. Acosta.
Yes.
An amazing addition to the family.
Yes, ma'am.
Y'all don't know, she deserves a handshake. She locked down a wild one right
Wild
here.
one, baby.
Man, oh man.
You know
that
how
boy
us
was
high yellow
something else.
street kids turn
That
out. We
boy
be
was
wow.
something else.
Come on now,
man.
Boogie.
Happy Father's Day,
Yes.
fellas, man. We appreciate y'all. All right. I know I said I was getting out of here, but fellas, I wanna talk to y'all before I get out of here. Nikki.
Yes.
This is what they doing?
Prison fuck nigga pageant, man. Prison fuck nigga pageant, man. This how they do up in this bitch. This how they doing here. This how they doing it, yo. This how they doing this bitch, man. That's how they doing here, man. That's how they fucking doing here, man. That's how they do it. They making it rain, man. Pick that bag up, bro. Prison fuck nigga pageant, man. Contestant number 1. They gave him one. One bag. I got both that ass. You gotta do a little extra for that bag now. That bag is special. That's $3.98 on top. That bag $3.98 on top. You gotta do a little more extra. You ain't did nothing yet. You gotta show us something. Bounce that ass. You gotta bounce that ass for that red sack. Hold on. I'm sweating now, man. Fuck y'all niggas doing? Hey, bro, that bag come $3.98.
Gentlemen.
Y'all. That's why they don't mind going to jail all the time.
Why y'all
like
want to stay in prison?
Some of them don't be minding, right? I don't care. I'll go to jail. For real? That's
right.
Why?
This is the mindset.
Why?
I mean, your 3 square meals and workout and fresh cotton.
Dropping it like it's hot.
Especially if it's more than what they getting outside. You know, family stay together.
She said, what?
Goddamn shit. Lord.
Nah, fellas.
I mean, what's even worse is you got women that's just, they seek out this type of shit.
Ooh.
They got a whole reality show of women seeking out men in jail.
Damn.
So, it's always been a thing and it's still a thing. So, the behavior exists, but our men are in here in jail acting like that, ladies. So I'm just saying.
Yeah, they are.
I'm just saying.
I'm just gonna say
you gotta read a repeat offender. Good Lord, nigga, why you want to keep going to jail? Surrounded by men.
I'm gonna say somebody got to do it, and it ain't gonna be me. So more power to y'all fellas. But yeah, y'all let me know, man, on the rewind. Throw it in the comments. Why they don't mind going to jail? That's why. That shit crazy. Yeah, my bro said that's fucking right. Yeah man, Minadi.
Too much.
Yo. Y'all have a good weekend, man. We be outside. Well, I'll be outside. The Mrs. B.
Damn.
Have an amazing weekend. Don't hurt nobody. Happy Father's Day. Happy Juneteenth. Happy all of that. Happy joy. Peace.
Everything in creation and in physical form has its own fundamental resonant frequencies.
You know who the daddy that chocolate baby is?
Creation and in physical form has its own fundamental resonant frequency.